Shamaya, you did it.
STL Music.
Is that good? Welcome back to the show. So listen up, we back in the game. Sweep the league, we got the flame. Motivated to the fullest every single day. We wake up, get it in every way. Working in two in the global inspiration. Talk this sports and top news, no hesitation. Sweep the league is back. We always coming back, that's a fact. Wanna tell them that STL Music, mama, we did it. Where we at? Coach Jill in the house with the flow so tight. Every rock stats we unite. Yeah, the best show Monday through Friday. If this ain't different, they lying. We got the energy. When I say sweep, you say the league. Sweep the league, sweep the league, sweep the league, sweep the league. San Antonio, let's go. Sweep the league. Sweep the league. Sweep the league.
Yeah, what the is this?
It's party time! P-A-R-T. Why? Because I gotta!
Hey, what's good, everyone? It's your boy Elias, host of Plead the Sith. It looks like I'm gonna be rolling solo for a bit, fellas. I want to talk about all things NFL, talk about y'all's fantasy football leagues, and maybe even get into this whole supporters section with this whole new, what's it called, the new Spurs hype section or whatever the fuck Wemby's doing. Have to pay the price of admission and about a month's worth of rent just to be a part of that. And you have to try out. It's like some American Idol bullshit going on. All the t-shirt fans are going to be there, but who am I to judge other fans, right? Let's get to some of these comments. I sent out some invites to some of y'all in the chat. Y'all want to hop on the show, just go ahead and follow the link and I'll pull y'all up here. Shout out my boy Hooper. What's good? Hooper, what's good? He's like, first, I'm hearing about it, bro. I'll send you the invite. Hooper, get your ass in the room, Brody. We got to talk about that weekend concert we were just at. What is up? We got Leha, MCS General Contracting's very own Chris Leha. If you want to get that concrete run work done right the first time, I'll go ahead and reach out to MCS General Contracting. They'll get you going. Got Matt Gomez in here. Shout out SAFC. Always repping the crew. That's all love to my boy Gomez and the whole fan cast. To sweep the league. Yeah, Hooper sweep the league. It's the place to be at, bro. I like calling myself Mr. Sweep the League, even though I don't really talk fucking sports all that well other than the NFL. Well, it looks like I got my first guest in the room with me. Y'all know him from the Off the Mic podcast, OT and podcast. Let me just call him up. You go ahead and plug everything for me. Welcome to the room, Mike Mayer. Hey, bro, I fucked up your plugs, Brody.
No, what the heck, dude? It's all good. How we doing? How we living? Everybody in Texas, how's everything out there, man? We're through one week of the season.
Bro, I don't even want to talk Texas. So being a Cowboy fan, I knew where this game was going, right? So I had in my pick'em league, I had Cowboys losing. That was no biggie. But bro, I had every pick correct except the fucking Houston Texans. I would have been up 3 bills right now, but they really let me down. Can't trust them for anything. Before we continue on, let me call in the man himself, the head honcho, Mr. Sweep the League, Rudy Campos Jr. Hey, what's good, Rudy?
What is up, man? Getting kind of tired of carrying this damn belt around everywhere.
He's a big what are you? How many? You're reigning champ, Rudy? Am I not mistaken?
Yeah, so I've had this belt for a while, and actually I've had it. We did like the league 2 or 3 years ago, and it was on for like 5 years. So basically, I kept the belt, obviously, and then last year I won the league trophy. It's a Sith show. It's Plead the Sith, so we can announce the team name. We had to send the team name to get engraved, and in this league, it's the Sweep the League Dynasty League.
Take a listen to this.
My team name that won the league, and that will be engraved forever in that stone, is Tongue Punch the Fart Box.
What do you think about that, Mike?
Punch the fart bug. Man, that's hard to top, buddy.
Yeah,
That's
well, I can top it on other leagues, obviously, but I'd rather not go down that
Okay.
rabbit hole that I've
All
done
right.
before.
Well, shit.
Man, well, since we're talking about leagues, you're part of the new Chaos League. Well, the second year running Chaos League. Rudy, what is your name in there? Let the whole crowd know.
Oh God, I'm pissed. You're making me say it out loud here. It's called Hanging with Hernandez. So
If you know, you know.
yeah,
Yeah.
Okay. If it's what I think, yeah.
it's pretty
Okay.
bad. It's pretty
Yes.
bad. Pretty damn bad.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We won't speak about that one. If you know, you
Yeah,
know. Yeah.
If you know,
Yeah.
you know. So, Mike, are you in any leagues this year, brother?
What's that?
Do you partake in any fantasy football?
Yes, I do. I have it's weird that it's a bunch of people from my previous job, and I am not very creative with the names. I've stuck with Hash Brownies is one of my favorite names to go to because I am a Cleveland Browns fan, so you got to get the drug reference in there. If there was anything worthwhile to be a Cleveland Browns fan, maybe I could actually come up with more creative names, but yeah, I mean, it's just I'm not going to be as creative as that one. My mind can be in the gutter as Sith knows, but it's not that far in the gutter.
Shit, you know how to
Yeah,
keep it on brand with mine. My team's named the Sith Talker. The Sith Talkers, bro. And I'm very disappointed in the way everything turned out this week, Rudy. Fucking Joe Burrows was a high draftee of mine, and he shit the bucket. But did you see that trade I made?
You're
That
welcome.
trade-
You're welcome, by the way, for Joe Burrow kicking the bucket because every time he plays the Cleveland Browns, he can't play, and yet still the Browns found a way to lose that game. Rudy, and we don't know each other very well, but Sif knows this from me being a Browns fan.
Yeah.
It is just like, I mean, at least with the Cowboys, there's some sort of tradition there. I mean, granted, it's 30 years ago.
Yeah.
The Browns have been terrible. They have been terrible for so long.
Yeah.
The only sniff of playoff existence in my life is 2 years out of the last whatever. And one of them was because we have a quarterback who sucks, and we had to go pick the fourth or fifth guy off the street to get us to the quarterback to get us to the playoffs. And now we're still left paying a guy who is not worth a damn. So
I'll tell you. I mean, this is going to age me. I don't know. Like I said, this is the first time I talked to Mike, and I'm hoping to talk to him a whole lot more. On certain shows that we've got here, but I might age myself. The Browns' heart was cut out by one John Elway a long time ago.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you're talking to a guy who I enjoyed watching the Cleveland Browns back in the day with Kozar, Webster Slaughter, Ernest Biner, Ozzie Newsome. That team I always thought was a stacked team, but it reminds me of another Cleveland team, the Cleveland Cavaliers from the 80s, who had Jordan rip their heart out every single year. But yeah, man, I mean, it's kind of weird. The Browns have always had decent squads, but lately it's been pretty tough for them.
Yeah,
man. Well, while we're on the topic of Cleveland, I have to bring up the other Clevelander that's in my life, my homeboy, my brother in Christ, CM Edgar. Y'all known him formerly as Slander Sanchez.
My guy.
But he tossed that shit in the trash. He's rolling with the Sucios now. Shout out to my boy Edgar Sanchez. What's good, brother? How's it going?
Oh, there's my guy, my guy, and he's wearing the right hat. I love it, man.
What up, fellas? Just caught a little bit of that. I'm not a Browns fan. I am a diehard Indians fan, but I mean, because I follow the Indians for decades, I for some reason get a lot of shit about the Browns and the Cavs. I pretty much know all the teams in Cleveland.
Well, you pretty much picked the one team that's been successful for like the last 25 years. I mean, they've always given you a sniff of it, but it had like the Browns have always kind of been near the bottom. The Cavs have really only been good outside of maybe the last couple of years. They've only been good when LeBron was there. Like at least with the Indians or Guardians, it's been pretty consistent for basically, I'd say there's been a couple of bad years where they haven't made the playoffs, but it's been pretty consistent for like the last 30 years that the Guardians, you've gotten consistently decent baseball from them where, me and Edgar are here in September hoping for like another run in October. and then we'll get our hearts ripped out by, like last year, it was Giancarlo Stanton and Aaron Judge and all these other guys. This year, we're just kind of hoping and praying that other teams lose in front of us. So,
Man, the only time the Cleveland Indians are worth a damn was when I was watching Major League. Charlie Sheen carried them, bro.
the wild thing, man. I mean, come on,
The wild thing. All right, so we're talking about crazy fantasy football names. Our boy Matt Gomez has some references for us. Says, "What about the sexy pigs? Ain't nothing sexy about them piggies, dog. I don't know what you're talking about." Or a monkey mama. That's a good one. I might have to bookmark that one. But yeah. But no, glad y'all could join me tonight, fellas. I was gonna be rolling solo for a bit. I was getting ready to riff, give y'all a taste of my next show. I kind of put out I want to do a solo pod. It's gonna be called A Man. We're gonna cover everything from pop culture to sports to just, we'll even talk about your favorite porn videos, porn stars if you want to. Because it's unrated, that's how we do it over on this partnership. Sweep the League and Plead the Sith TV. They're two of a kind. They keep it professional over there, and I kind of Rudy keeps me under wraps because he doesn't want to lose any sponsorships on my behalf because of the shit I say.
Yeah, y'all do a good job, man. Y'all do a good job, and I came on here real quick. I just wanted to talk a little bit because I actually got to go record another podcast here in a while. But yeah, y'all do a good job on here. Plead the Sith is great. You got a massive following. It's the fastest growing show on the network. You've also got A Man coming out. We just picked up. Shout out to Chunky Flamingo. They came on board here on Sweep the League Network, especially with grading the market. So you got Edgar, you got Mike, you got a whole bunch of cast here, man. Y'all are going to talk a whole lot of great football. I'm going to bounce out because, like I said, I got to record another show here in a second. You guys have a good night. And Sid, I did see the trade that happened in the fantasy football league.
Are you mad at me too, bro? Everyone's mad at me.
Honestly, I saw the trade, but I also saw the chaos that erupted. I still don't know what happened. So I'm going to go back, and while I'm on the toilet, I'm going to read the entire log over here of everything that's going on in that fantasy football league.
Well,
I have no idea what's going to happen.
Well, before you leave, I'll give you a quick recap. All right.
Okay.
Give me like 2 minutes of your time.
Yeah.
All right. So Bear and Leha are the commissioners. Yes, I am. I was told in the beginning I was going to be one, but Leha decided I want you to play legitimately throughout this season. So I'm not letting you in on any of the stuff that we have piled on, the chaos factor of everything. And me being the paranoid man I am, I started getting desperate. I started offering trades left and right. And I was, after the way Burrows performed the week one, I was like, man, I need a better fucking quarterback. So I went ahead and I reached out to Quan. I was like, hey, I know Bowers is your dude, and I really need a quarterback. You kind of hold Josh Allen from me. I could have taken him with the whole championship draft. I decided not to. But I told him, bro, give me Kraft and give me Josh Allen's. I'll pass you Burrows, and I'll give you the tight end that you're like begging for. So we made that trade happen, and everyone kind of decided, well, he has insider knowledge on what's coming up, so he kind of rigged the league. Just putting it out there, fellas. I have no idea what the fuck Leha and Bear have cooking up. Only thing I'm able to do is switch up the point scheme, and I haven't even touched that yet. But so my punishment, Rudy, was I'm supposed to start Flacco from my bench, even though I have Josh Allen now. As punishment, I can't use Josh Allen until next week. Well, Aaron went ahead, who's my opponent for this upcoming week. He said, nah, fuck that. I want to play everyone at their best. So he's putting on his, I believe it's Bo Nix against my Josh Allen. And if you didn't see the rules, Rudy, no other points matter other than what your quarterback does. It's a quarterback's week. So only points that matter is what your QB brings to the table. So that's it. Rushing, passing, hell, even tackling would have gotten you somewhere. So I'm just waiting for the commissioner to approve. If it's all set, it's going to be Josh Allen against Knicks for next week. And looks like I'm finally going to get my first dub because I took an ugly ass L this week, bro. But yeah.
I got the thing. I got the rules now. So thank God I have a Jalen Hurts, and I'm pretty sure he'll be able to grab me a win hopefully this week. But yeah, you guys have fun tonight, man. I'll plead the Sith.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate y'all doing everything, man. Mike, we'll talk to you later. Edgar, we'll talk to you later as well, man. You guys enjoy.
I appreciate you, Rudy, man.
I appreciate you, Brody.
I know that you guys see me shitting on the NFL every chance I get, but I mean, obviously, I gotta at least, since y'all talking NFL, I gotta at least talk about last night's game a little bit. Look, man, the thing is why I get so annoyed with this because the Caleb Williams thing, it ain't news to me, man. Because I'm a diehard Irish fan, I've been obviously watching this dude for a few years now. I feel that he got exposed big time his last year at USC when Notre Dame went down there and they smacked him up, and he looked bad at the time. I know Mike says, I'm a little too high on Justin Fields, but at the time, I rather them keep Justin Fields, make other draft picks, that was more necessary at the time, in my opinion, to build
To
around
build
that and
around
go
him.
from there. But
Yeah.
they went with Caleb, and I get it. But last year the excuses is, the coordinators, the coaches,
Right.
all that.
Yeah.
But you got Ben Johnson, who's supposed to be one of the studs this year, in the coaching ranks. This year the Bears are supposed to contend for the
Right.
division, contend, but I'm not buying it because again, last night is just a snippet of the same old bullshit you're gonna see with them because again they're gonna underperform. Because you have the weapons. He has weapons on the offense. You got two great receivers. You got a good offensive line, and you got a great
Add in another
defensive
tight
line.
end. Yeah, you added
Exactly.
another tight end to commit. Like
But
Loveland's a good player. Yeah.
but those stories, those aren't. Again, I've never been on board because those stories are real, man. What you hear about the stories from Caleb coming on the last couple of years, this dude's entitled, he's spoiled, and he's
Mhm.
gonna fuck up this season for the Bears. I'm telling y'all, man.
Yeah, he's very
Well, so
inconsistent. I believe there was what, Mike, 2 or 3 potential walk-in touchdowns last night that he
yes,
just fucking
I'll let me
overthrew.
say. So let me say this: like I have been kind of in a Caleb, somewhat of an apologist because I watched virtually every single one of his home games at USC for 2 years because I covered USC for work, and he does things on the football field that are Patrick Mahomes esque. And like there are moments when I would be in the press box watching USC games where I would be like, "Holy shit, that is a Mahomes level play." But I've had some blinders on a little bit because I think he is very talented. But what I've been starting to see and what I've read with the Tyler Dunn piece that he did for golong.com that basically painted the picture of him being very entitled, and there was stuff related to when he got drafted that like maybe he didn't want to go to Chicago. And so then I'm watching this game last night, and this was the first time that I've really because really the Bears haven't been in prime time and really been the only standalone game. And the end of this game, it's like really they were dominating that game. Like JJ McCarthy could do nothing. And then all of a sudden, in the blink of an eye, blitz like with 14 points. And then there was a couple of throws where he had DJ Moore like wide open for a touchdown, and he went to
And
him like a touch too late
overshot
and
that shit, bro.
just overshot that thing about like 2 yards out of bounds. I'm like, dude, what the fuck is going on?
But it's the little
And,
things. But it's the little things. Ben
yeah,
Johnson last night,
little
simply
nuances.
because that lead was misleading. Because when they took the 17-6 lead, remember it was a pick
Pick
six.
six,
Okay,
right? Yeah,
so yes, Caleb looked okay in the first half, but again, it was the offense that it was
it was
simplified
really the
for
first
him.
drive. It
It
was really
was
the first drive,
simplified.
which is scripted. Like so,
But
the first drive was scripted, and he looked great on that first drive. But he was like 6 for 6, and he had like 50 yards. And it was. They walked right down the
this
field and
is
scored.
this is a you got to get this game, man. This is a division rival,
Right.
and you can't give these away because again, this division for the most part, again, it ain't going nowhere, man. All four teams are, I mean, all three other teams are possible playoff contenders. So it's like I talked all this shit to Sid because obviously in a couple of weeks, I told him that was a guaranteed loss to his boys, going to, Chicago. But I'm a little fucking pissed because I don't see it now, man, because Dallas choked is what they do against the Eagles,
Don't
but but
that was not a choke. You're talking about a team that didn't make the playoffs last year. Keep up, not just give it to the Eagles, but keep up. Dak had an elite performance. I don't give a fuck what any of y'all say. He balled out like no other, bro.
he had more
Receivers couldn't catch
tackles
the
than
ball. Receivers couldn't catch the ball.
Yeah,
Dak
but
Receivers
had
this
couldn't
more
catch the ball.
tackles. Well, Dak had more tackles than fucking. That's the cornerback, the overpaid, overhyped number 7.
Trayvon Diggs. Nah, bro,
Nah,
but
bro.
this is the type of caliber quarterback that Dak Prescott's able to be. He was throwing darts all night. It just CeeDee Lamb had some popcorn during that break or some shit. Man, our
It
receivers
was
are
Miles
dog
Sanders
shit
who
at
fucked him, bro. It was Miles
uh
Sanders who fucked him.
Oh yeah, because freaking Javonte Williams, by the way, sitting on my fantasy bench, but it's because I had other running backs. He goes and rushes for 2 touchdowns, and it's just it didn't matter. But like I figured I'd just plug that here because we were talking fantasy teams earlier. But Javonte Williams, they have no running backs, and all of a sudden, hey, Javonte Williams 2 touchdowns, and then Miles Sanders gets him down there, and then literally the only opportunity that they really had in the second half, like he just goes and walks it. Like gets the ball stripped from him, and the Eagles, who by the way didn't play particularly well. I mean, they didn't exactly jump off the page.
But
that game was weird, man.
But that shit with CD, that's not new, bro. Look at it's been going something that he's done like the last couple of years. Like he'll have some big ass drops in some games, and then the next
I think
week,
he leads the league. I think he leads the league in like drops the last few years. I saw some stat that like he leads the league in like drops.
His rookie season, he led the league with 80, or since then he's had like 80 something drops, if I'm not mistaken. But before we keep going, fellas, let me introduce my boy Aaron to the room. He's actually he's the one I spoke on earlier. Kind of mad that I traded for Josh Allen, and now we have to go 1-on-1. He's mad at me, but he shouldn't be mad at me. What's good?
Bring it, fool. Bring it.
Hey, bro, you started on
best.
business. Fuck yeah. I told everyone I give all the respect in the world to you because you could have easily taken, what I offered out. Flacco over Josh Allen, but you want Josh Allen this week, so
Let's go, man. Let's get it, man. That's what it's all about, right? I mean, hey, I'm gonna bring I mean, I know it's just fantasy football, bro, but I'm competitive as hell. I'm gonna bring it. I'm gonna do my research, and I'm gonna put the best lineup together. So if it's quarterbacks versus quarterback, I mean, let's go. I mean, hey, man, Geno Smith isn't gonna win you Super Bowl, but he might put us some stats on any given Sunday. So you never know. You never know what you're gonna get.
Tell you what, the Raiders looked all right, man. Like Pete Carroll, man, that guy can coach. That guy can coach. Man.
You got this shit in the bag, bro. Sid don't even know what team he's a fan of, bro. He's fucking.
he switched like in the Sunday night game, and this was great. Like in the Sunday night game, where Baltimore's up by like 15 points with like 4 minutes to go in the game. Sith is like a Ravens fan, he's a Bills fan, he's a Ravens fan, he's a Bills fan.
I told you Bills were gonna win that game. It wasn't until y'all started pressing me. I was like, all right, well then go Ravens, I guess. That once
do you guys live bet, by the way? So like I checked with a buddy of mine. If you live bet, you could have made a decent chunk of money if you bet Bills to win that game with like 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Like it was like plus like 1,000. Like if you wanted to bet your money on that, you could have made a decent chunk of change. Like this is why the NFL is so great. It's like you just don't know, like one slip up, one fuck up, and Edgar knows this from watching his team last night. It looked like, even though it was deceiving, like the Bears, like, Minnesota couldn't do anything. And then all of a sudden, like, because if you can't score and you can't keep pace in these games, you could blink your eyes and all of a sudden, JJ McCarthy, 2 touchdowns. What happened?
Caleb's defense, he had all those goddamn male cheerleaders on Minnesota trying to get at him. So it's like he was fucking distracted, man.
Yeah,
whatever it takes, right?
Whatever it takes, bro. As long as there's someone shaking ass on the sidelines, Caleb Williams is gonna be distracted. Gender doesn't matter to our boy Caleb Williams. Edgar's role model, his lookalike. He likes to call himself Baby Williams on the
side. Fuck up. And you don't know, what you don't want me to call him out here what I call him over here in the group chat. But
yeah, no. So Ralph said it's because Miles Sanders got caught from behind by a linebacker that runs 4.56 40. Yeah, bro. I think Sanders might be. I wouldn't want to say he's washed because he's still our lead RB1, which I didn't even
make
see.
A little juke, bro. A little move.
Yeah, I didn't even see how. This is what happens when you go off the scrap heap to get your running backs, dude. This is what happens when you go off the scrap heap to get your running backs. Like, you know.
Then we have the likes of Blue sitting on the sidelines and fucking Schottenheimer's. Shawty's telling him he's not consistent enough. Yeah, but what fucking Sanders did was very consistent, Shawty. It's time to get these guys some young reps because
Bro, I go to what we just said a little bit ago. That's a game that They need it, bro, because they're not. First of all, it's like everybody has the Eagles basically repeating, right? So it's like the division.
The best
That's the
defensive
game.
player spit in a guy's face at the like first play of the game. Not
That's
even
the game. Like
you're
that's the
happy with that.
game. If they're trying to make the playoffs, bro, you can't fucking fumble that away. Like literally, bro. Like that's a game you need, bro.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's basically what happened was like Jalen Carter. I mean, and no matter how you view the situation, Jalen Carter is their best defensive player, and before the ball was even snapped,
Mike,
dude just
say it what it is. The situation was that Dak was a little bitch. He incited the situation, and then Jalen Carter got caught.
By the way, did you guys
Okay.
see that wasn't the only? I can't believe we had two spitting incidents this weekend. Like I don't know if guys saw the kid from Florida, basically cost his team the game against South Florida USF, like clear as day. And this was not like like one of those instigated things. This wasn't like even Dak spitting in the direction or like however you want to view it. Like I'm not going to get down the road. Like that whole thing was weird, but this kid from Florida just literally on the final drive, his team's up by 1 point at home, just goes right in front of the ref, just spits in this dude's face. I'm just like, at what point
Wow.
are we just at what point are we going to be like, there's got to be better solutions to handling situations than spitting at a guy? Like, come on, like, what are we doing?
It's
That's
fucking
your boy, Sid.
ridiculous.
What do you think,
What, man?
Sid? He spit on your
All right.
boy.
Edgar, I know you just saw one camera angle because if you saw the direction that the side direction, you would see that Dak was about 3 yards out when he spit towards the ground. Yeah, he grinned and gave a little nod. But if that's enough to fucking make you walk up to me and spit on me, then that's just you having a short temper.
Regardless of what Dak did, Jalen Carter, you got to know better. You got to know better, dude. Like you're at home, you're a Super Bowl champion. It's your home game. It's literally like 6 seconds into the game. You're against a division rival. Don't do something stupid. Like it's not hard. And this has been the knock on this guy his entire career. The reason why he could have been the number 1 pick in the draft the year he came out. Like so.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
it's
it's
it
been
was
the
just a
story.
shitty situation on his end. Aaron, do you have a take on the whole Spitgate situation, brother?
Spitgate, yeah. I mean, honestly, I'm not a Cowboys fan, and I would never defend Dak for anything. But I don't know. His looks like like when people dip, like they got that natural like spitting action. Like to me,
Yeah,
it just looked
and
like
then
he was like
he has
he's a pro spitter. Like it just like he knows how to like
pause.
direct it towards the ground, and, and it just looks, I don't know, but Carter, I mean, you could tell, like, I mean, he spit at him. I don't think Dak was trying to spit at Carter
Well,
when they were beefing. So I don't know. I
so
just
you mentioned Pro Spitter. Magama's in here saying Team Amas takes pics with everyone famous to get wet. He's saying if he had a fantasy league team, he would call them Monkey Mamas. It's one hell of a name. I wonder where he thought of that from. He says the sexy pigs one is wild as shit. Oh, all right. But Edgar, I don't get your beef with Dak. I don't know how you put this loss on Dak. If anything,
I don't have a beef with that,
CD
bro.
Lamb. All right, then what's your problem with him then?
I don't have a. Look. I think that if I need to go and have someone kick it with my kids, you know what? Seems like a dude that'll be a good role model and shit in that regards. Fine. But I just don't like the hype that Dak gets because look, bro, I get it. If you put on a star, automatically you're already overrated. No matter what position you
Yep.
play, that's just the truth. I just don't like that this dude, no matter what, gets excuses made for him. I'm okay. So this game, sure, he didn't do enough to lose it. He also didn't do enough to win because there was instances he could have done. I'm just saying in general, this guy gets too much praise and there's been like before I hear you say, well, the defense sucks and this and that. Granted, I agree at times, like the defense is overrated, and they don't do shit to help. But how many times have they quote made the offense Dak friendly, bro? They get him, they literally re-signed his best friend. That didn't work out. Is the running back, fucking Elliott. They fucking get him weapons. The dude has, tight ends, receivers, running backs. It's like, and then of course, I go to that Green Bay game. The one you said you don't want to like, it wasn't him, bro. They were favorites. They were like a 8-point favorite in that playoff game, regardless. and the defense or not, Dak's gotta he threw 3 picks in that first half, bro. Like you cannot do that
He
shit,
threw one pick and two bumps.
bro.
If you go
In the
back, bro,
playoffs,
it
is he
doesn't
not a
matter if in
different
the play.
quarterback?
I don't
Is
know.
he? I
He's been
mean,
consistent. He's been consistent on his solo play. When we break it down, fact of the matter is, Edgar, aside from the wins and losses, if we're looking at personal stats, teams or personal stats, his numbers are there. Mike, you study the game of football, bro. Granted, it's from a collegiate level. Not no knock on you. I didn't mean it condescendingly.
Oh no, no. I mean,
But but
I
you
watch NFL. I watch college. I mean, college is what I cover for work. But yeah, like
so
I
you
follow
know
these players.
So for having the shit defense, the shit offensive weapons, as haters like to say, has Dak not maintained his consistency? Has he not
This,
improved since his sophomore year? Was he
here,
not in the MVP running just 2 seasons
yeah.
ago prior to an injury? How
I
are you
think
gonna
Dak.
go ahead?
I think Dak. Listen, I think Dak. The thing with him, and Edgar's got a good point. When you're the quarterback with the star on your helmet, there's different territory. Tony Romo's parlayed that into being a terrible announcer on television. Like Troy Aikman, look at some of the cornerstone announcers who are the biggest voices that we pay attention to covering football. You've got you got Dak Prescott's probably going to end up being in media somehow. Jason Garrett's doing stuff. He's the Cowboys head coach. When you're on the Dallas Cowboys, there is more of a microscope on you, whether you're good or you're bad, which is why the fact that they haven't been to a conference championship game in 30 years, despite winning 5 of them, is baffling. So I think Dak, given what he was, has kind of outperformed expectations. But at what point are we looking at him as dude, you're the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. You've had some of the best teams. Like Edgar said, they were the 2 seed. They could have easily been the 1 seed, and they lost in the wild card round. And it wasn't even and it was to a Green Bay team that had a bunch of kids on them. Jordan Love was good.
It's a good regular season player. It's like his buddy that he just got traded, Mike Overrated Parsons. That dude feasted on all the bad teams, and then when they come to the good teams, not a goddamn thing. And then same shit with Parsons. The excuse was, well, he gets double and triple teamed. So what is he supposed to do? Hey man, all the great pass rushers, T.J. Watts of the world, Darren Donalds, the fucking Cleveland, I can't drawing a
Miles
name, but
Garrett, Von
Miles Garrett.
Miller,
But they all get
Miles
double and
Garrett.
triple teams. Same thing with Dak. Again, no one's saying, but regular season is different. But he doesn't have a winning record against the good teams. This dude, but in his defense, you just saw it 2 nights ago. Lamar Jackson is Dak Prescott of the fucking AFC because
Thank you.
it's like all the hype,
Thank you.
but doesn't win shit in the playoffs. If it makes you
Well,
feel
because
better.
you guys know me, I'm a Browns fan.
At
I'm
least
the
you
biggest.
guys fucking admit that it's not just Dak. Lamar Jackson's on the same fucking boat over on that side.
Well, yeah,
If
and I mean, Lamar is that's a great comp, Edgar, because
he's a good running back.
Well, I'll say this. Listen, I've been a notorious Lamar hater for a lot of different reasons because I'm a Browns fan, and that used to be the Browns. I've grown to respect Lamar because he's like we've said, he's an exceptional athlete, and he could have won the MVP last year. But what happened the other night, and I was talking about it on my channel. The Ravens are becoming their own worst enemy, man. Because at what point, they have so many dudes on their team, and Kyle Hamilton's a dude. They Mark Andrews. They got all these guys. Derrick Henry is like a 250-pound freaking gazelle. Dudes like him shouldn't be able to move like that. They're up by 15. Under no circumstances should you be able to lose that game. And they just look like the better football team, and they look like one of the best teams in the NFL. Yet here we are, Lamar's 7 years into his career, he's been to 1 conference championship game. 1.
Yeah, bro. But he's still getting those TV deals. He's still getting those Madden covers.
Yep.
Lamar Jackson is the next football god next to Johnny Manziel, according to every motherfucker with dreads out there. And I don't mean that racially.
Fuck Johnny Manziel, man.
I don't
Fuck
mean
that guy.
I don't mean that by that, anything racially, right? Just, everyone knows that Lamar Jackson's the next best thing. He's has been since college. My boy Nate the Great, my own cousin, was all about the hype. Oh, he's gonna be your first three-time MVP consecutive or whatever the fuck it is, bro. He is not outplaying Josh Allen. He is not outplaying Jordan Love at the moment. Hell, most of these motherfuckers aren't even outplaying Joe Flacco. I know y'all could agree with that. You know,
No, Flacco played. He damn sure wasn't the reason the Browns lost on Sunday, man. He wasn't the
I'm gonna
reason they
tell y'all a
lost.
name that I wish that was on my team, and I know Aleja is gonna fucking get pissed, but I'm gonna tell you a name who's a
Derek
baller.
Carr.
No, hell no. Who's a baller? That dude's just a baller. His stats may not fucking be gaudy, but Baker Mayfield, dude, that motherfucker's a baller. Just win. That's all I give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about nerd stats. Just win. And oh, sorry,
Oh,
Mike, I
bro.
forgot. And that also touches a nerd with Mike. I forgot about that.
No,
But
no, well, no.
that's
The
the
thing with
Browns'
Baker,
fault for shitting that
no, no,
away.
it is. Okay, here's the thing with Baker, and I think I might have said this to Elias at one point. I've said this to multiple people. They were right to move off of him. The way they handled it, and
Bro, the Browns have never been right. Stop
well,
it.
but no, the optics of it, the fact that they chose Deshaun Watson, and how spectacularly bad that is gone. That is why it looks terrible. I am so happy for Baker, but also let's not forget he went to Carolina and sucked, and then he on that Thursday night he had that incredible comeback against the Raiders when Sean McVay was the only person who had put his name on him, and that gave him a new lease on life. And to his credit, man, that guy has grown up and he is a dog. And I think what he needed was to be reminded, because I think the biggest problem with him when he was with the Browns, he was the number one pick. And he had all of the things, and he got spoon fed a lot of things. He got the coach that he wanted, who was a coordinator, Freddie Kitchens, who ended up being a hack. And then it just didn't work with Stefanski, and they needed to move off of him, and they just picked the wrong guy. But I think him getting humbled and going to getting let go by the Browns, going to Carolina, not working out there, and then ultimately, being a scrap heap, like end of the road, pickup guy at the end of the year for the Rams. And then he gets that opportunity to relieve Tom Brady, and he's taken the opportunity and run with it. So I think him getting humbled and being reminded, oh yeah, you were a two-time walk-on, won the Heisman Trophy, having to work and have that hunger in him, and also growing up, like, good for him. Like, I have no ill will. Like, listen, I'm just going to be miserable because the Browns can't figure out the quarterback position. They haven't been able to do that for 25 years. So that's
Yeah,
really
no, man. There's a lot of love for fucking Baker Mayfield, bro. I've taken him in almost every fantasy league starting last season. I think he was the perfect guy to come and take over Tom Brady's spot over there in Tampa Bay. I think his play styles, even I mean, of course, it's way more entertaining than whatever the fuck Brady did. Brady was just a good system quarterback. Granted, he's the GOAT of all system quarterbacks, or the GOAT of all quarterbacks at that. But Baker Mayfield's really found his second win, playing for Tampa Bay. And I don't know if y'all keep up with their games or not, but then they're one hell of a team to watch. Very fun to fucking watch. Aaron, you said you weren't a fan of the Cowboys, bro. Who do you root for? Who's your team?
Excuse me. I root for the Houston Texans, man, and they had a poor showing on Sunday.
Well, now I know who I
Uh,
need to charge these $300 for, bro. Because your fucking Texans, bro. They ruined my pick'em. They ruined me in my pick'em league. I was already down the Raiders pick. I just needed the Houston Texans to keep up, and I was
I'm
still
rooting
in
for
the
my guy
running.
Nick Chubb, man. I'm rooting
I
for my guy
was
Nick Chubb.
I was still in the running for those $300, Aaron, and fucking Houston let me down with that fumble, bro. Shit was
yeah,
atrocious. What were your thoughts
yeah. I
on
mean,
that game?
their offense looked terrible. I did expect the defense to come out, make plays. I was glad that Stingley didn't get uh didn't get seriously hurt, because I mean I think they did a good job of containing the Rams, but I don't think, like, I mean, going into the season, yeah, I think as far as their draft went, I know they drafted a couple of offensive linemen, but I think they're still young there. They got all the weapons. I mean, when Tank Dell comes back, I mean, they're gonna have a really good wide receiver core and Christian Kirk. They got the rookie Higgins, but right now, I mean, the question is the offensive line, bro, and they can't protect Stroud, and you know, he's not the strongest run, or I'm not gonna say he won't run, but he's not a running quarterback. He's not the Lamar Jackson, um, that but kind of going back to what Edgar was saying, like CJ Stroud needs to. I think he needs to try to put the team on his back and just be a football player and play make. And I think he can put them in a better position because right now, I like the Mixon Chubb backfield when Mixon comes back, but I think CJ needs to do a little bit more, man. I think he's playing a little too passive, and I think their game plan is not. Yeah, I don't think it's very aggressive right now. So
So from the outside looking in, the way they have him set up, they look like they are trying to extend his career. They have him being
yeah,
more and more pocket present, and that's not going to fly with that O line, bro. He was looking out
no,
there
he's
like
getting he's gonna get killed either way.
he was
They
looking out
got
there
a they
like
have a
year two, like
terrible
year
offensive
two.
line.
Yeah, he was looking like year two Joe Burrow. We don't want a
Yep.
repeat of that busted up
CJ
leg.
Stroud he's a beast, bro. CJ
He's a
Stroud
good player,
is,
bro.
but I don't think that coach is good for him, bro. The head
What the hell
coach
happened to their offensive coordinator, Bobby Slowick? Like
he
their
got
offensive
fired.
coordinator. Yeah, did he get fired? Yeah, because like that's
Yeah.
because I remember that like he for a year and they smoked my Browns in the playoffs. Like he was going to be a head coach somewhere,
What up,
and now
Seuss?
Yeah.
yeah, and then like legitimately like
What the
their
Texans
their
have in
offense.
their favor, what the Texans have going in their favor is that they're probably in the worst division in football overall.
Exactly.
Now,
Yep.
Yeah,
however, this year, hey, don't sleep on the Colts because I think they found something, and I think Danny Dimes
I
is
was down
gonna.
on them. Danny
I
Dimes
think
looked
that
good.
He's
Danny
a
Dimes is gonna
beast,
have
bro. He was looking
the
nice.
season that Sam Darnold had last year, the resurrection, and that he had in Minnesota. I think he's gonna have that in Indianapolis this year.
Talk
And we'll see
about
Yeah.
what
research.
Jacksonville. We'll see what
Anything's
Jacksonville.
possible.
I
Anything,
and
yeah.
I like Cam Ward. I don't think Tennessee's going to be that good, but like that division is just a friggin' crapshoot every year. You don't know what's going to
Because
happen. So
Jacksonville,
Yeah.
you know that Lawrence is a bust. At this point, you can call him a bust.
I hope that
Not
the
on
Jag I
paper.
hope
Not on
I
paper.
hope that the Jags lose every single game the rest of the year because the Browns have their first round pick.
Bro, but the Jags, I mean, what's happened to Lawrence and him overall his career is the exact same issue that CJ Stroud's going through in
And
Texas
Caleb
right now.
Williams
They
and
have
Caleb Williams
no
like
they have
No,
no
bro. And
protection.
Caleb's no, bro. And Caleb's and his no. What's happening with Caleb is that he holds the ball too long, bro.
right.
Even at times when they simplified the offense, bro. He does not he doesn't read offenses well or defenses, and he should be ahead
He
of this
relies
shit.
on his raw talent. Yeah, he
That's the
relies on his
thing.
raw talent. Yeah.
You saw him do that at USC when they were playing a bunch of no names, and then when they played good teams, what happened? He got exposed.
When he played Utah, when he played Notre Dame in the second year, when he played Washington, like
You got a
yeah, it's
salad
just
toss, Brody.
yeah.
All those games you just couldn't keep up. But yeah, bro,
He enjoyed
Aaron,
it too.
fingernail wearing motherfucker. That's what you're referring to.
I know, yeah,
Uh,
the fingernail painting, yeah, and like the whole thing with this family, it's and like I said, that was like the first time I had sat down and actually watched like a whole game, and I was like, dude, what the hell is going on here? Like, it's like because last year you could kind of had the convenient excuse that Eberflus was a hack, and the offensive system that they ran was there was no coaching, there was no accountability, but you're supposed to believe that Ben Johnson, is this hotshot guy, and hey,
I
decent
thought he
offensive
was black.
players.
Come to me.
That's right.
News to me that he's white.
Well, I mean, to be fair
wild
to
fucking
Edgar,
take.
I mean, even though he was probably the most recognizable assistant coach and up and coming coordinator in the NFL, you don't usually pay attention and aren't exactly brushing up on the offensive coordinator of the Detroit Lions. Like, I mean, everybody's paying attention to Dan Campbell because he's the head coach, and then like you occasionally maybe will see the coordinator. So like, listen, I kind of get it. Like, if you're not totally in the weeds and like a football nerd, like me or some of these other people who really are like in on these guys, you'll be like, man, what the fuck does Ben Johnson look like?
Shit, Houston can nap this weekend because shit they could fall to 0-2 real easy. This ain't a gimme this weekend.
No, they're not gonna have it easy. I mean, if the only thing that's gonna save them is their division, like you said, if they can if they can get away with going what I'd say 6-2 in their division, then they'll make the
Yeah.
playoffs.
Yeah. Well, yeah. If you get a 6-2 and then you just win a few division games and you finish at 9-8, you're probably fine.
Yeah, but
That's that's
they.
crazy to say in the big leagues, bro.
For that division, bro.
For
I mean,
that
because
division, yeah.
I mean, we've seen some pretty god awful teams get into the playoffs, guys.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen some pretty god awful teams make the playoffs, so it's not. Let me see who Texans Bucks. Ooh, yeah, that's a little bit of a weird game.
Yo, shout out to my boy Matt Lerma, Two Foods No Sources co-host. He was able to join us in the room tonight. What's up, Matty?
Matty Ice.
What's up, man? What's up? Edgar, what's up, man?
Matt?
What up, Matty Ice?
Hey, yo, Aaron, did you see the bullshit that just popped off in the chat, bro?
No, I don't want to exit out of here, man. I tried doing that earlier, and that's what disconnected my earbuds. So I'm not. I'm gonna wait. Let me exit out. I got some stuff to do, so I'm gonna bounce, y'all. Nice chatting.
Alrighty, bro. Thanks for joining us.
See y'all.
I'm just mad I'm not a part of this chat, bro. What's going on?
Yeah, he just dips the second match shows up. So it's like we have to have 4 people in here. It's like either that or it's just like
it's like a Royal Rumble. You should know this shit, Mike.
Yes, no, yeah. Every 90 seconds somebody comes in here.
And where the fuck is Deputy fucking fuckface or whatever? Where the fuck? What's his name?
Yeah, my guy Ralph, who always backs me up on the wrestling shit.
Shit, well, he's here in the chat. He was asking
he's live.
He was asking why we don't take Ravens front office accountable, same way we take Jerry Jones accountable. You know, he's gonna call that Texans game from a mile away. O-line is trash. Now, just some of the stuff we've covered. Matt, we're just talking about some of these NFL games that came and went over the weekend.
The reason is because I feel, hey man, you win a Super Bowl within the last whenever it was with the one with Joe Flacco or whenever that was. That gives you fucking leeway apparently because they showed that stat. Did you see that crazy stat that the coach Harbaugh? I get him confused between the brother and him, but the Ravens won. This dude has blown more big games than any active head coach. I think that's what they said.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's wild that like they won the Super Bowl. Like Flacco, they won that Super Bowl. What was that? That hadn't been like 10 years ago. And it seems like every big game that they've been in since they won that Super Bowl against the 49ers is like they've come up short. Like, you know, they had an AFC Championship game in their house last year, botched 2-point conversion. And then, you know, like I said, I know this is only the first week of the season, but you know, I think I might have said this I said this on my social media. To me, like the Ravens and the Bills are the 2 best teams. Like I think, you know, maybe Eagles because they're the champs, but who knows? And you know, Packers. I know how Edgar feels about Parsons, but the Packers feel really good to me too.
Right now, it seems to be Bills and Packers, bro. Because you saw what they did to the fucking Detroit Lions. Lions have been in the run.
Bills and Packers. That's my Super Bowl. That's my Super Bowl pick. Like to me, whoever wins the AFC, I think is going to win the whole thing.
Rams and Bills, book it. Rams and Bills, big book it.
Stafford's got to stay healthy. Stafford's got to stay healthy, man. Like if he
has back issues, Brody.
If he's not healthy, they're fucked. I've never seen a team that is so reliant on a quarterback at his age. Stafford, if he can stay healthy, man, like
Bears and Bills, book it. Bears and Bills, book it.
So you're gonna turn the corner on Caleb. There you go.
I felt so bad for you last night, Edgar. I was just like, oh man, Edgar's team is shit in the bed right in front of everybody.
Man, I'm gonna tell you right now, the only joy that I get from sports these days is my fucking Barcelona, arriba Barça cabrones, and Chivas out of football, and then of course my Guardians is fucking Mike alluded to, even though we're chasing the wild card. Other than that, the basketball team decides to shit the bed every fucking turn. You know that well, Matty.
I'm gonna be paying attention. I'm gonna be paying attention to more Spurs basketball. It's like just because I know how the chat's gonna be like for our wrestling chat, which is our side thing from here.
My blood pressure right now, Mike, is pretty, even kill, right? With Cleveland giving me some hope, and my baseball team, my football teams, but these motherfuckers were about to start in a few weeks with the fucking soul hands and the Wembys of the world. These motherfuckers, man, my blood pressure's gonna go through the roof with these fuckers.
Okay, can you
My
guys
favorite-
can you guys give me this? Sorry, Matt here.
No, go
So
ahead, go ahead.
I want to get this out of here while we're going into the weeds here with the Spurs. What the heck is going on with you guys and Ron Harper? Like I couldn't believe
He's a bitch. Ron
I
Harper's
saw
a
that.
bitch. That's
I
what's going
saw
on.
that and I was like, that's the real Ron Harper. And you
This
guys
is
are
the-
beefing with the real Ron Harper.
What he is, Mike.
Who wants to fill him in? Go ahead, Edgar.
Ron,
What do you?
Okay,
Ron
so
Harper
here's what
is the
happened, Mike. Long
KD
story
of
short.
he's the KD of Spurs Twitter, man. Like he is not afraid to respond to anybody. Like just like things that should probably be left alone. Ron Harper presses the violence button. He's just like more violence, and he just like goes at people. He's all
But
like,
in this case, he's
My
wrong.
goodness.
Fuck Ron Harper. This
Man, but
motherfucker went at fucking my boy Mav. So our boy Mav, I should say.
That's
so
right,
in this
yeah.
case,
I don't
he's
know,
wrong.
man. I don't know,
He's
man.
wrong. I mean, if he could, for a couple of seconds, take Jordan's dick out of his mouth, put the keyboard down for a second. Ron Harper, this motherfucker acts like he fucking carried the Bulls to those titles. Like, settle down,
You won
bro.
a championship,
Settle
you guys,
down.
and then look at who he's married to, guys. Like seriously, it's like, dude, what do you have to complain about? What do you have to complain about? You've got a beautiful you got a beautiful wife. You've won multiple championships because you got carried by Michael Jordan. And now you're arguing with a bunch of guys who you probably have never seen. You're nameless, faceless
he has
dudes.
a beautiful
Like,
ex-wife.
we're a bunch of idiots. We're a bunch of
single, you guys.
I'm just saying he
idiots on
better
social media.
look.
Jesus, man.
He better fucking
But,
if he's letting Mav get under his skin. Wait till I fucking start talking shit about his bitch ass overrated kid.
Yeah,
Edgar,
Dylan
the fuck
Harper
up
better
this
start showing
morning.
up, man.
Because people were sharing that photo of Wemby with Hakeem Olajuwon, and you're like, well, let his ass go to Houston if he loves him so much. Oh my god,
I mean, am I wrong?
dying. Well, I mean, like
bro.
everybody's like, oh, like Joe and Mike's on their show. They always talk about how Wemby's soft. He doesn't have this, and they were like, he needs to go, train with people that are tough, and so like everyone's like, oh, he went and trained with KD and Olajuwon. It's going to be different this year. And you're like, fuck that motherfucker. So I just think that shit's hilarious. Bro, like, you're like my favorite person, like literally, because like in person, you're like the chillest guy. Like the first time I met you in person, like you brought a gift for Sis Kid. Just like all sorts of stuff, and then online you're just
What
like,
the fuck,
these
Matty? This ain't unreal, bro.
motherfuckers.
This ain't unscripted. You don't pull the curtain back. What the fuck, Matty?
He's making you seem soft. Fucking.
You're like the
Kayfabe,
nicest person I know
motherfucker.
in person, bro.
Kayfabe.
And that's what I was telling you, man. Because like I used to be working from home, right? And then like I started going to work and like catching Spurs games afterwards. And when they lost, I was like, these motherfuckers. I was like, I get Edgar's point of view now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro. Mike.
It's like, man, you go working all day and you're just like, man, these motherfuckers can't even get shit together and play a basketball game. Like, what the fuck? Like, yeah,
welcome
to
our world, Maddie. But Mike, there's more beyond. There's more to that whole Harper situation from earlier.
So
Mav
Harper is messy, bro.
Let me go ahead and say what's up. So Mav did shoot the first shot, bro. He kind of did say, your son, I only have to deal with Ron commenting on people's social medias until Dylan gets traded away. Which, if you're talking about my kid like that, I'm a fucking crash out too. And so he kind of spoke out against Mav, and Mav, being the sweetheart that he is, because we all know how he is, he told them, he's like,
Yes.
You know what, my apologies, this and that. But then on the main page, you have Mav rocking Susio gear. Do you not know what the Susios are about, bro? You don't just let someone talk shit to you and turn the other cheek. Leha told him, turn the fuck up or turn in your title. And, we got what we got today from Mav. We didn't expect old boy to snap. So you could say that was a little work. That was a little work from the Susios behind the scenes.
He did go from 0 to 100.
Oh,
it was like Anchorman. Well, that escalated quickly. Like, holy shit.
Yeah, Matt.
Really got out of hand fast.
You missed a whole part of that beef, because if you were in that chat that we're in, man, you would have seen how we took Mav from here to there. Like we caused that.
Let's just say, Mike. Let's just say that it doesn't help some of the shit that I was telling him to tell him. We will not repeat on here because I do not need to fucking Get
Get
what do you call?
get me banned, yeah.
What is your generation call this shit? Get canceled and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cancel
cancel
culture,
culture.
Brody.
Like fucking TKO
But
motherfuckers.
but,
There's the mention.
but
There's the mention right there.
Ron Harper's been messy though. He would always be talking shit to people. They'd be all like, who's the best player, like Michael Jordan or LeBron?" And he's all like, "Who the fuck's LeBron?" Like he would say shit like that, and like he was
Yeah.
always talking. He was always talking shit about other people, like other fandoms, like Lakers fans and stuff like that. And then so like I was originally loving like the Ron Harper stuff, but then he started going after like individual Spurs
Spurs
fans, and
fans too.
I'm just like I'm like, all right, like
It's
if you
like
want to go
same
after
shit.
other athletes, that's one thing, bro. But you're just like roasting fans of the team that your son plays for. That's crazy talk. But like at the same time, like like I can't love it when it's against people I don't like, and then hate it when it's against people that I like. You know what I mean? So like
My
it's
real beef
it's one of
with
those
Harper
things.
Kid is this. Look, I'll keep it PG on the aspect of the basketball point. Steph Castle balled the fuck out even when he was in UConn. That kid helped them lead to a national title.
Yep.
Okay, so then we got lucky and drafted him at fourth or whatever the fuck number he was picked at, whatever. Last year, with whatever the circumstances was, too many guys on the team being soft, under periods or whatever, but he got
Bunch-
playing time.
Just say it,
But
Edgar. Bunch of pussies. Bunch of pussies.
And Wemby got blood clots. So
Okay,
like
but
when
well, I'm saying like
you
the
know.
guards, but Castle, when given the opportunity, yeah, he showed he was a rookie at times, but he showed his aggressiveness and his what he could develop into right off the bat. This dude ain't no bitch. He drove to the basket, he played
Facts.
the game tough. And
Facts.
then so here's the thing. Then move fast forward where everybody all of a sudden is falling in love with this fucking Harper kid. And here's my beef with that shit. In college basketball, you pretty much have 80% of the field make the fucking tournament. Okay, you got
Right.
64 teams, and I don't want to say it's easy, but it's easier to make the tournament. And if you're that highly touted when you're playing alongside another top 5 prospect on your team, you mean to tell me that you can't even guide your team to a 64 field to a tournament, like not even a
Dude, they weren't even
16
the
seed?
top half of their own
I mean,
conference.
and
They
then
were
when you
they're
fall,
the Big Ten. There's 18 teams in the Big Ten. I think they finished like 14th or
I'm just saying
15th.
when you and then you fall in love with this dude, then you're like, oh fuck yeah, like in other words, like so all of a sudden what Castle did is like fuck Castle.
Yeah.
The hype moves over to fucking Harper when he hasn't even done a fucking thing. That's my beef with this fucking kid. Like, how about you earn this fucking like Castle earned his playing time, and the thing that annoyed me was like, oh, what's the starting backcourt gonna be? Harper, Fox, or Harper? Like, no, bitch, if anybody's gets started, it should be Castle over Harper. But I mean, that's my beef right there. And if you're listening,
Bro,
Ron
and then
Harper, fuck you.
No, I agree with you, Edgar.
and
I don't think that Harper should start immediately. No, like I
Hell
mean,
no.
like if he ends up starting, then cool. Like, but I don't think that he should just automatically get it because he's the number 2 pick. So
well, there's a lot of other motherfuckers on the X app that think differently, and I think the softest move this offseason was Dylan Harper getting dunked on by Castle and having his team reach out to the Spurs to remove that highlight. Like, it made Castle look good, but not Dylan. Like, what kind of shit is that, bro? This kid's already fucking
is that what
soft.
happened?
It
Do we have
has
confirmation?
confirmation or not. I mean, you believe the likes of fucking Dusty Garza, and we know he's full of shit, Brody. So I name drop on Plead the Sith. If he wants to come on here and debate me, we could go back and forth with that AI motherfucker. But Dylan Harper, I don't know, bro. I don't like what's happening behind the scenes. I just don't want another Uncle Dennis situation. But
That's exactly what it looks
Well,
like.
you know what? But I don't think you have to worry about Ron because Ron's not really involved. Like he's more close to his mom. So like if we have a Uncle Dennis situation again, it's going to be more with his mom than anything. So.
Fuck you mean? This dude can't go a day without fucking tweeting about the Spurs and their fans.
Well, you know what though? It's just like the way I'm looking at it. Like the way it seems is that like he like him and the Ron and the mom split up when the kids were real young. So it sounds like he lived with his mom his whole life, and like his dad is just chirping online because he doesn't get to see him too much in real life.
So like, what the fuck is this? Keeping up with the Harpers or some shit. This seems like that. This looks like that one episode of The Fresh Prince of Bel Air where the dad comes back and tries to take, he
Why
kind of makes all these promises. Hey, why don't you want me, man? That's how the season's gonna end
The
up with this
the only
motherfucker,
reason
bro.
that Maddie, the only reason that Maddie's still fucking cool with Harper is because he hasn't talked shit to Jerry about Jeremy. But wait till he talks shit about Jeremy and all hell breaks loose.
No, no, no. You know what? The only reason Maddie's not cool is still cool with him because he's trying to get into that new Wemby zone and not pay the 9.99 fee. But before we get to that, I got someone who's been waiting to
what? There's
speak on that. To speak on that.
there's a
Sure.
Wendy's zone.
Yeah, the Wemby zone or whatever the fuck they're calling it, bro. Matt Gomez, I sent you the invite, bro. You've been waiting for this. If y'all don't know, he's part of the Nesio crew over there at SAFC. He's the Nesio drummer. He's part of the hype team and just everything over there, bro. So he knows what it's like to be in a soccer crowd. The way they hype everything up. Like real fans should be, not this whole paper cheering shit. But welcome to the room, Matt. What do you think about the Spurs trying to replicate the fan zone, bro? It's fucking corny.
Bro, they're not ready for ultras, bro. If they get mad already for people saying fucking and bitch, nah, bro. You don't want ultras in the frost. Once you
Didn't
get
they
that
already
in
move
there,
the baseline bums up to the top already? Like, what are they gonna do?
but if Whitby wants what is in that video, the Spurs are gonna have fun with it. I could already tell you that right now. Because if you want ultras into the frost, you're gonna have a lot of problems. It's blood in, blood out with ultras. I can tell you that for damn sure.
Yeah. Well, it's like one of those things where it's like the culture wants it. I don't know what you guys, but I know that me and Edgar and Matt are like football, soccer fans, or whatever you want to call it. So like we get it. I'm excited for that type of shit to happen in the first games, but like it's the culture wants it, and like the corporate image might not want it, but like at a certain point, this is our team, like
You're talking about that bullshit, the so-called Victor's idea.
Yeah. So you see, for me, I just started getting into football not too long ago, and that's mostly because of the SAFC crew. Shout out the SAFC fancast, Matt Gomez, Rafa, Harry. Who else am I missing, Matt? Give him a shout out, bro.
Royce, and also Stuart, who leads 210 Alliance. I lead FTC. I co-lead with them. I mean, bro, it's like I told a lot of the guys, dude, they don't want this, bro. If you
They're
can't
not
even
ready for it.
if you get mad at us for saying shit at an SAFC game, you're not gonna want it in the frost. And the stupid part is the securities are the same, and they still bitch us out. So I mean, Edgar, you know how it is out there in
The
Barcelona,
end
bro.
game. First of
You
all,
see that they don't want that
shout
shit.
out to your jersey, brother. And the game's going on right now. Hell yeah, badass jersey.
I know.
But
1-0 right now.
you already know it. No, but look, exactly. But here's the thing with that, bro. It's the idea itself is fine. But here's what I don't like about it. Like, it's not the real fans don't get that fucking opportunity because for one,
We don't
you
have
know,
that kind of money.
exactly. First of all, that's stupid ass bullshit. Victor, you want this idea, motherfucker? Buy out the section, give out the fans, the deserving fans, as you call it, the tickets. If not, cap the tickets at $30 or $40 so the real fans can fucking have at the opportunity. But not only that, but if you ever been to a Spurs game and the lower board's a bunch of fucking young people being hosts and the old people that don't give a fuck about what's going on.
It's a bunch of social
It's
media fans,
that's
bro.
it. They're fucking not there. Like you won't catch them wearing the free shirts. You won't fucking catch them like. And it's like Matt said, he's right. The football crowd is very different, bro. Like we fucking like it's intense, bro. Like we voice the fucking displeasure a little differently. And the thing like in the Frostbank, it's the worst in-game experience out of. I've been in different arenas, bro. The ushers suck ass at the Frostbank, and not only
You're
that,
correct, bro.
hate to say it, Matty, but the Spurs in general,
no
the
fist to
culture
turn.
now, it's soft as fuck. The Spurs are soft as fuck right now. So it's like you can't criticize the players, you can't criticize the fucking coaches, you can't criticize the fucking ideas. It's like you want to bring in this type of culture to this shit when you can't even.
In other words, it's TKO is what you're saying.
That's
In other words,
goddamn it, Mike.
Because I put it this way: what 2 games ago we bitched out the refs, we bitched out the security guy, right? They cried. The refs were crying, saying we were being too harsh on them. The players are crying we were being too harsh on them.
Man,
But
that would
SAFC wants ultras in the freaking stadium. Nah, don't give me that.
Bro, my
man,
wife,
man, that
my
that
wife,
would have given you a lifetime ban from the Frost Bank Center. The way this shit's set
Oh,
up, Matt.
100%.
my
Guys,
wife
it's been
could
fun.
give.
I got to drop off here, but
All right. Oh.
no, I'll let you Spurs fans, have your conversation here. But this has been real. Like, thanks for having me.
Shout out my boy. Shout out my boy Mike there.
My wife
Yeah,
could
bro.
give 2 shits about sports, but when we go to the FC, she's down, man. She'll be like, I tell her, like, you know where we're gonna sit? Right behind the fucking goalie. Why? So that we could be talking that shit.
Oh, dude, that's why I don't understand. With if this is Wimby's idea, then where the fuck was he not coming over to the SAFC games on Spurs night?
That's it.
Exactly. He wasn't even. No, but he was too busy doing.
He was with
what's the
Hakeem.
fuck- He was too busy
Yeah,
doing
he-
bicycle kicks up there in China or whatever the fuck he was at.
This
Not
motherfucker's
supporting
been doing more fucking grab bashing than a hooker on Guadalupe all fucking off season.
Bro, so Wemby probably played FIFA for a bit, Matt, and saw the crowds. He's like, "Oh, this will look dope in the Frost
Nah.
Bank Center."
But I mean,
He hasn't even stepped 1 foot in Toyota Field. Probably never seen a real soccer game or football game in person. You know, and what
Didn't
gets
he
me
go to
mad
see
is
the
I'll
that
give it to him. I'll give it to him because if he goes to PSG games and everything out there, he knows what the football life is. But to bring that
But
over
didn't he
to
go to
Frost,
SAFC his
he's
rookie
not
year?
gonna go.
Didn't
Say
he
again?
go?
No,
Didn't he go his rookie year?
no. He was out there playing
Matt.
for France. That's what I'm saying. Dude. It's if he so-called loves SAFC, then where has
If
he
you ain't
showed up
paying
yet?
him, he ain't showing up.
Exactly.
Oh, can we talk about the paywall behind this, fellas? It's not even
That's what I'm saying.
$9.99 and you're in it. Now you have to go try out. Who the fuck am I gonna look like trying to be the next Coyote or Hype Squad member just to sit behind the opponent's basketball court? They fucking switch during halftime anyway. So what? Why does it
No,
matter
my
if you
beef
get
is this.
seated in that
My
section
beef
or
is
not?
this. It's stupid. Wait, let me get this straight. They want you to fork over $1,000
A
just for
G.
the membership part alone. That's then after you fork over the grand, then you have to buy the tickets for these said games that you want
No.
to
Oh
attend.
shit.
So how
And
I read into that. The grand is the tickets.
are you
That
sure?
grand.
Because it says it's just the membership that allows you to buy the
No,
ticket.
It's
if
not
I
a
read it
season
correctly,
ticket.
the grand was part of the ticket.
From what I read, I saw the thing. It says the membership allows you to have access to buy, like basically it guarantees you that you can buy the ticket in that area or whatever. But no, the grand is the membership fee for the 1 year that
Oh,
allows you to do that. So you still have to
Dude,
buy the
that's ass,
tickets,
bro.
and then keep in
Hey,
mind,
you know what? There's 4 of us here. That let's split it for $225 each, right? Like, fuck it.
bro.
just for one.
Hey, they'd have to actually start winning fucking games for me to even
Thank you.
consider going to that section, bro. And you
And
made a comment
How
earlier,
are they
and
gonna
I'm not.
win without a kick-ass fan section? Did you think about that?
Matt said earlier, you know, why not send the bums upstairs? The bums seem to be the ones that were the most live. That's at any fucking event. You know, the cheap seats is where it's at. Even at concerts, I was just at a concert at the Alamo Dome, and we were more live than the motherfuckers that were down on the floor. But Gomez, bro.
I mean, RIP the Spurs lady, but like, I mean, every time I went to a Spurs game when she was alive, but like, if you showed up early, you got to see her marching around the whole stadium. She would make laps around the stadium before the game, just marching around, getting people hyped. Like, you know, that's the kind of shit. That's the kind of shit we need, and I hate that they're so far up there, man. Like, I get that, you know, the social media people need their floor seats, but like, god damn, they could at least be in the lower bowl somewhere. That's the way I look at it.
But this is the bad part about this whole hype squad stuff. That kind of thing needs to be organic. It can't be owned by the team. If it's owned by the team, there's gonna be so much. There's a lot of stuff that's gonna go downhill, and it will not go well.
Yeah, because they'll kick people out, right? Yeah,
exactly.
And are we gonna pretend? Are we gonna pretend like people aren't gonna show up like assholes for the tryouts and act like they're the biggest fan in the whole world? You know.
So I'll be honest. I signed up. I'm gonna go check it out because I want to see how it really is gonna look.
You have to try out to be a fan. I'm sorry. That's the stupidest thing I ever heard of.
So I agreed to go.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Victor.
What
I'm gonna tell you right now, Victor. If you're listening, motherfucker, I bust my ass all week. If you think I'm getting my ass up at 7 on a Sunday without getting paid for your bullshit idea, you got something coming. Unless you're gonna pay me to go do that shit, but they don't want my ass down there. Trust me, they do not want my ass down there.
Well, so get
Gomez,
this.
how are you gonna approach the tryout though?
How are you gonna give Devin his Pampers, bro?
I'm just going in regular, bro. I'm not gonna try out for nothing. I'm just gonna go see what
You gotta
is this
go.
gonna look like.
It would be worth paying the $1,000 just to watch Edgar get in, and then like when it's time, just go over and hand them some Pampers.
But this is the crappy part. So they only want to get 5 to 10 captains, right? 5 to 10 capos. Those capos should be getting some other shit than just paying that fucking $1,000 shit. They should get more than what they should, because if they're gonna be running all that, then you're gonna need more than just tickets and discounts, because I'm not gonna be busting ass for a whole 90. What is it? 2 hours probably.
Yeah, about 2.5.
Yeah, I ain't
But what
busting
they
ass
don't
for 2
tell you
hours.
is, but what they don't tell you on top of it, like even the tickets. So you know they're in the lower bowl. You know, one for starters, you're already paying at least over $100, $200 a ticket to sit in that so-called section. So a grand plus, even if you only attend like 6, 7 games, during the season, that's running you up another $500 to $700. So now you're spending what? That's not counting what you spend at the goddamn games. So now you're
this is the funny part. By the time by the time we get to maybe January, maybe February, I would have paid off my season tickets for SAFC for how much I've been spending just to go to the Spurs games and be part of that ultra bullshit.
Exactly.
You know what though? Like what we could do as a counter revolution or whatever you want to call it, like
He's not going.
like wait for the games that are cheap. Because like I went to the game against the Wizards for $3. You know what I mean? Like you can get those tickets cheap, and we'll like be ready.
I think they're gonna block that shit. They're gonna hard block it. They're gonna puppy guard that damn section. Because
but I'm saying like we don't have to be in that section. We just go to the game, try to sit close to each other and do it ourselves. Like ultra this, you know what I mean? Like what are they gonna do?
But that's organic. But you'll get kicked out. They damn near kicked out. They damn near kicked out Mike, Joe, Bear, and Chris a while back because they were booing from the fucking, what was it, the fourth row? It's the Spurs. Nothing.
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
it's not the same. I know you keep. It's not. I'm telling you, the in-arena experience at the Spurs game now, it's not the same.
It's not organic.
I'm not making this shit up, bro.
But I guess what I'm saying is that it's low risk. Like if you get kicked out and we paid like $12 for the ticket, like you know what I mean? Like who cares?
Yeah, if you got lucky enough to score those prices. But I get what Edgar and Gomez are saying. It's been very Disneyfied. Not saying that Disney actually, I don't want to get sued by the fucking mouse, but it has been watered down. The experience itself has been watered down. The ushers are overly strict. The prices for the concession stands are through the fucking roof for no reason. If you even look at a beer, you're charged $18 fucking dollars. They don't even give you the tops to your waters anymore. If you're overly loud or just one, all it takes is one complaint, Maddie, from the person sitting next to you for you to get your first warning. I think it's 2 more warnings and you're bounced. Really, just because I'm not even cussing, I'm just cheering too loud.
I am.
They're not ready. They're not ready for this type of environment by no means. FC crowd, they've gotten to the point where they're throwing bananas on the fields or fucking whatever they find near them ending up on the court. You can't do that in the end. Well, you shouldn't do that in the football club anyway. But that's kind of what you're condoning. Or the way the Spurs are picturing it with the hype videos, none of those crowds are going to even reflect what the fuck's going to go there. It's going to become the next influencer section, and it's just going to be filled with a bunch of girls that can't name more than 3 players off the fucking team.
But that's the bad thing.
Like it's going to be. Go ahead, Gomez.
Everything in that video Everything in that video, that's all ultras. You don't want. They're not gonna want that shit there. You don't want people who are gonna cuss, who aren't family friendly, who aren't respectful for others. It's more like get the fuck out of my way. This is what we're doing right now, or
Well,
it's more like shut the fuck up. This is what we're doing.
when you
Nobody's
go to
gonna
the
handle
Spurs
that shit.
games, when you go to the Spurs games before the game starts, they have like a list of rules, and like one of the rules is like no cursing. And I'm just like, what? It's a sports game. What the fuck are you talking about?
This is why I'm saying that they're not gonna. This isn't gonna fall right. But if because Wemby wants it, and I swear to God, if they lighten up on everything, I'm gonna raise hell on my side.
You know what's funny is that they're gonna welcome the fire Gina chants and that kind of shit. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm just like, it's so.
No, they're not. No, they're
No, they
not.
won't.
Maddie,
Y'all
stop
gonna get in
lying.
trouble for that.
You
And
know they're not. Look
Mike
at
and them are
look at the
stupid for doing
outrage.
that.
Look at the outrage. It's you can't even say shit on Twitter without them really coming down on you. I should know that from experience over and over.
This morning,
let me tell you
Edgar
this.
from this morning.
Let me tell you this, Maddie. I've been confronted by Spurs higher ups in like their marketing and stuff. I got confronted by them about 7 times for talking shit. 7 times for speaking my piece about San Antonio FC and speaking my piece about how we're not treated correctly. And I was told to delete my posts. I was told I need to stop what I'm doing. If not, my tickets would be revoked.
I know I'm not even gonna mention names, but I'm not just some crazy old guy. Look, I know some people, and I'll put it like this: the Spurs, they can fucking say what they want, and I get it, but they ran it like the Patriots and Bill Belichick themselves, like the CIA, and it's cute at times, but don't treat your fans like shit or the people that work with. And the censorship is out of control. It's like
Way out of
you
control.
can't. It's like you can't do or say anything. It's like don't you can't have it both ways. You can't fucking push that fucking por vida family fucking bullshit, but then the second that you disagree or say something, then it's like the censorship and the in arena experience, it's bad. The ushers treat you like shit. Like just because I'm not fucking spending hundreds of dollars to sit down there don't matter. I should be treated the same way that you are treating those people because I'm still spending money. Then like it's like Matt was saying, the other Matt, it's like cool Matt with the Mexico jersey. It's like if you fucking in the certain if you sit
Damn,
in certain
Latimer's not cool anymore. No, go ahead, Edgar.
if you sit in certain like sections exactly, now you have to watch how you even cheer and shit, or how you even fucking like what do you call it, like rest the opposing team, because they will report your ass if you fucking
Yeah.
say something inappropriate. So it's like don't have it both ways. And if it is Victor's idea as he says it is, which I don't believe shit,
It's gonna
but
backfire.
I don't know.
It's gonna backfire. Watch if I would get one of those capital positions, I'm starting that Culero chat real fast. If there's a player I don't
It'll,
fucking like from the
it'll
Rockies,
either backfire and that it'll be so lame that Wimby hates it, or it'll backfire that it'll be something Wimby loves but the Spurs organization hates. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, either way, I don't see it
and I
lasting
give it
long.
and I give it to Wimby. I get it. You want that environment here in the States, but the States are too soft to take that shit.
Especially with a
That's the
league
bad
like
part.
this. The NBA has just gotten soft over and over
It's
the
too
over the
much.
years, bro.
It's too much cancel culture. There's too many Karens, and there's too many. Oh, my feelings are hurt. Yeah, I mean,
Gomez,
like,
we
don't get
we've
me
seen
wrong.
we've seen LeBron get a lady removed because she called him. She told him
exactly.
you're crying like a bitch. That's all it took for his day to get ruined, and she got what, a 2-day ban, if not a 2-game ban. It's too soft of a league for an environment like that.
Well, I've been saying this for a while. Like, I love my Spurs, don't get me wrong, but I just feel like the NBA needs some competition, like a real, like, competitive, like, league that is a professional basketball league that can compete against the NBA. Because, like,
It's
this type of
like
The only one you have is
Ice
that 3
Cube's
versus
big
3.
three. Yeah,
Exactly.
that big three. It's nowhere close to that, bro. But it is entertaining with the shit they chant. They even have them boxing in the middle of the fucking ring. Like,
It's their fault.
they,
It's their fault, Maddie, because let me tell you why. It's the NBA's fault that they're now struggling, because it's their fault. For starters, their stars so-called stars are all a bunch of bitches. That's one.
Pussies.
They're main
Pussies.
stars. Okay, that's one. Two, the way they market this shit, they only market it to a certain fucking like they don't cater to everybody. They cater to certain fucking demographic. And now they don't have to compete with the three on another basketball league because they're doing it to themselves. First of all, if they're not careful, they're one of the worst leagues right now. They have before the NFL had the worst and the laughable joke of an all-star game, the Pro Bowl. The NBA is already there. They have the fucking joke of an all-star game. They
All-Star
fucking did
week.
this bullshit. They added this in-season tournament to spice things up. They added the
Didn't work.
play-in. They added the play-in because too many fucking teams suck. That includes ours to fucking try to get more teams in it. But that's the truth. It's like, and then so people here, especially in Texas, but in general, they love the NFL. The football culture is getting larger than people think. I'm talking about the soccer culture. It's bigger than people give it credit. Baseball's making a resurgence. I know people aren't baseball fans in this chat, but in general, it's making a resurgence. So it's
I'm
like
trying, Edgar. I'm trying. Don't yell at me,
I'm
bro.
saying like the NBA is doing it to themselves by the way they act with their fans. It's like they don't help themselves.
But this is the stupid. This is the stupid part. Like fucking Koala was saying the last show. Dude, you don't know what the Spurs are doing. They don't help the fucking marketing in this bitch. They still think the damn Scorpions are still here. You go downtown and ask, hey, did you know we have a soccer team? You either get is it the San Antonio Thunder, or if it's the San Antonio Scorpions. Nobody knows about SAFC here much.
Why would they? They don't promote it. And the
Yeah,
sad thing is, guess who owns DFC?
Spurs.
Exactly. I mean, but they won't promote it because yes, to look good on paper, they own it, they bought it, But the reality is, they don't care. They don't fucking wanna. They don't want to compete with a different sports team in town. That's just the truth.
But if you think about it, if we got MLS, it'd be a totally different story in this damn city. Totally different story. But the only thing is, the Spurs never touch the South Side. They'll never touch the South Side. They'll never give them embrace like they deserve. And that's the sad part.
Yeah, Gomez, you were the first one to say now that SAFC was in the playoffs, had they won the game, that the fucking local reporters were like chomping at the bits trying to get in there. You said you were going to be the first one to turn them away. This is what I mean, brother. When it comes to fake fandom, they're not there at your lows, but they want to celebrate your highs. So you have the KSAT reporters, for example, ready for the jump on the wave. Oh yeah, we've believed in this team the whole time. Now they won the playoff game and yada yada yada. That's not organic, and that's how this whole situation is going to play out, carnal. We all know.
And the funny thing is, I talked to that dang reporter when they had the parade for San Antonio FC, and I was like, "Hey, dude, are you the new guy for Kansas?" He's like, "Yeah, don't worry, I'm gonna cover y'all 100%." Where is he now? On the Spurs nuts.
Yeah, man. So I
the
brought in
Spurs just
Dom.
have too much control.
See,
they have too much control.
And I did get lucky with KSAT. I had a good guy in Nick. He was very good until he went to Houston, which I give it to the man. He wanted to excel in what he was doing, so I'm okay with it. But the problem is there's no local coverage for all the sports in San Antonio. You don't cover the Missions as much. You don't cover SAFC. You barely want to touch UIW unless they're playing UTSA. You don't talk about St. Mary's University. I mean, you have other sports here, but at the same time, San Antonio is a fucking privileged damn city to where if we're not winning, nobody wants to go.
Hey Edgar, you're on mute. Way, you're arguing with yourself.
Unmute your mic,
Edgar, you're on mute.
Oh shit! All they want to do, it doesn't help.
This guy's arguing with himself.
It's all about the Cowboys in this fucking city by local sports media or so-called sports media in this town. You turn on the radio for local sports, that's all you hear. You fucking the so-called. It's like the Spurs too, and now it's like the Spurs. The coverage was way better.
You already know what's up. You already know what's up.
It's
more than just the fucking Spurs, and that's why I've told the guys over at SAFC, I mean the fan cast. I told them, if y'all ever want to come and speak on speak on what's happening on y'all side, y'all are more than welcome to join us here, even on Sweep the League. But it shouldn't be us, the little people, promoting them. Do y'all have
How come when
local?
they have programs that they take the field trips like with the Spurs players and do all the community shit? How come they don't take the FC players along with them? They own
They
that fucking team too.
they do, but it's not shown as much.
They're not in the
I mean,
pictures.
They're not in the pictures as much. See, and then that's the fucking thing too.
But that's the
Whenever
thing,
something's
though.
going down, that's the only way they replace shit. Is showing instead of paying up, they're gonna be like, oh, here's a free camp, here's another free camp. We paid it by having players here to do all the mamadas and shit.
But that's the thing, though, man. Like, it's gonna take us showing that shit to like make a dent. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you want the big media, the K-Stats and all that kind of stuff to cover these local events, like you just have to start doing it. And then like once it gets popular enough, they'll start doing it too. Like, you know.
but you
Just,
gotta, but
Yeah,
you
but
can't be like
that's just copying the hype train. That's not
and
even
not only
organic,
that,
Matty.
but you can't be like the traditional media. And so, because you can't fucking be afraid to fucking step on players' toes and talk shit about them when they deserve it because you're afraid that their families are listening, or maybe this will ruin an opportunity, to get an interview with them. You got to keep it real, man. And that's because if so-called shit the bed, whether that's Jeremy or Victor or whoever shit the bed, you got to call it like it is. You can't be like, oh well, it's gonna get back to them and they're gonna get pretty pissed, and there goes any chance I have of fuck them. These motherfuckers are fucking paid millions of dollars. They better have some type of thick ass skin.
no. Yeah, when I say that in my spaces, I'm just saying that like, hey, like I know that we're talking about, you know, people, but like they listen, you know, like their families listen. So just like, you know, I always just say it in a term of respect, like, you know, like don't say something that you wouldn't say to their face, you know. And I believe you say
Hey,
it to their face.
you can ask all the guys, man. I fucking hate Juan Agudelo from the San Antonio FC. Motherfucker don't do shit. Always fucking up all the plays. I've said
Yeah.
it to his face too. Come on, bro, do better.
I don't say that as a means of censorship. I just say like if you're gonna talk in my space, like stand on your business. Like don't say something in here that and then if you see like if you talk shit about Sohan and you see Sohan in person, like don't go shake his hand, talk
If
that
you
shit.
don't
Like you
think
know
I got my mini Sohan right here, bro.
fuck is that? If you don't think that I'll ask Devin if he's on his fucking period in person, you got crazy.
Yeah,
no,
bro.
and that's why I never cut you off, Edgar. Like you know I let you talk your shit in spaces, you know?
Whoa. You to a point, because when there's certain people on there, Matty, you have been censoring a little bit more than usual, bro.
It's the fancy people. It's when
Who?
the fancy people.
It's the fancy people. We'll name drop elsewhere, you know. It's I don't want
But
my show
who
canceled
did I
by the
censor?
higher. Yeah, you censor Edgar sometimes. You tell him that he was out of pocket or not to talk like that. You've done it on more than one occasion,
Is the
especially.
monkey?
Nah, fuck that. I'm supposed to pretend I don't know what you're talking about. What monkey? Y'all stupid as fuck, bro. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start closing out the show. I brought in Gomez so he can kind of break down the whole FC crowd, how it's not gonna transition well. I brought in Mr. Spaces himself, Matt Lerma, my co-host, Two Fools No Sources. Had to bring in my dog, CM Edgar, probably bigger instigator on X than I am. Well, I don't know. I'd be lying because I am the instigator. I am gonna be Mr. Sweep the League. That's an insider between Rudy and I. You know, we have a fantasy football side bet going on with that. Y'all know about it as it gets out there. But yeah, man, thanks y'all for joining me. Y'all are more than welcome in the room. Hey, we could call this could be the next Breakfast Club. We got one Edgar, one FC dude, one Spurs dude, and you got the host of his. Y'all, we could talk, probably make this a show if y'all want. But that's just me jumping ahead of schedule or jumping to conclusions already. But if y'all want to rock something like that, y'all go ahead and let me know. I'm sure we could make this reoccurring segment every other week or so. But if y'all want to go ahead and plug your socials before I log out, go ahead and do so. Matt, we'll start with you. Then Edgar, or either Matt Gomez, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, y'all can follow me at Necio Drummer. Follow the supporter groups, FTC San Antonio, FTC de San Antonio, or you can follow 210 Alliance on X, on Instagram, on Facebook. All three, we got you. And then of course follow myself, Nesio Drummer. Always keeping Nesio in the soccer world, bro.
Let's fucking go. Go ahead, Lerma.
Yep. Matt Ledma _ porn star. I mean, P.S. Two fools no sources. We're gonna be live soon. The Dallas Cowboys played, so technically we should be doing an episode. We need to get on that, but yeah. And also, I contribute to Smurfig blog, CT Carolina Teagues Project. So check us out. Go ahead.
I only have Twitter. I don't know how to work none of the other bullshit they said, but CM Edgar and I'll be cagapando, cagacam, does fucking bullshit with these motherfuckers whenever they need. I'll be there talking shit.
Let's fucking go. And I am your host, the Sith Lord himself, the Doctor of Style, the King of Cool, the shit, whatever fucking nickname I come up with by next episode. Y'all be on the lookout for the next episode. Plead the Sith. We'll be going back Tuesdays, 8:00 Central Time on the dot. Might have a guest, might not. Maybe pull some of these motherfuckers back in the room. Who knows? I think we have something cooking here. But from us over at Sweep the League.
I heard Ron Harper's gonna be the next guest.
Hey, Ron Harper could suck my mav. Alrighty, y'all. Until next time. God bless. Laters.